I was very nervous when you went in the jungle. Didn't message you. I just messaged good luck. But when we found out, I was like, oh no, Seann, I don't want any more bad things to happen. I was like, you fucking with that mainstream. And this is the biggest compliment I can ever give to you. You made me watch I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which I will never do again until he's on. And I can't wait for a Tory minister to walk in that jungle where the whole city of Liverpool goes, fucking get him, Adam. It was so great to watch you nail it. And I got in the reactions. I got in the tweets. I've never done this for anything, but I was so invested in you doing well. And it was lovely seeing the tide turn. And even my sister was like, well, classic, exactly what you'd expect. Well, the Strictly thing. By the end, she was like, he's just so genuine, so funny. I loved it. And you came 5th out of the 15, is that right?
Well, okay. The way I phrase it is I got to just 2 nights before the end. But officially, I got 5th.
Were you nervous going in?
Guys, the week, so you get put in isolation. Do you know what? I've not really spoken about this, believe it or not, since coming out.
Oh, thank you for saving that up.
Well, it's weird. I've just noticed I've not said this on anything. I don't think. But you get put in the isolation for 8 days. I was on my fucking own in this big house, and with what happened last time, you can imagine my mind is not being very nice to me, and I am totally freaking out because when I agreed to it, I was actually quite excited.
Yeah,
I thought. Grace, my partner, just talked me into it. What is there to lose? There is nothing to lose. There was nothing to lose. And although I had started rebuilding through doing stand-up with the help of you guys, genuinely, it still felt like, well, if this goes wrong, I'll still have that. There's nothing to go that can really.
Whereas after Strictly, when it went wrong, you thought you'd lost everything.
100%.
Yeah. So this time you're like, what? Yeah.
But this time there wasn't that.
No.
Well, you guys were still going to have me.
Yeah.
I was still going to be able to do Edinburgh. That's all I kind of had. We're in at a time now where you can film your own special.
I just think if you had kissed Matt Hancock, we might have had to... Sorry. I think we might have had to have a little chat about whether you can... No, but carry on. Sorry.
My Matt Hancock story takes place after the jungle, which is but everyone's out now, and we've all got one night in the hotel.
We know they're all out now.
No, but in the setting, I'm beginning the story. I've gone back in time. We're all out. It's like that.
I thought you were so we left the blonde one from Coddy in. She loves it.
Yeah. She's a legend, by the way.
Yeah, by the way. She came across as one, to be honest.
She's wonderful. So, everyone's got one night in the hotel. Either Jill and Owen and Matt, the finalists. We've all got one night in the hotel together. We agree to have dinner. Matt is staying on Hancock. Is staying on the same floor as me, right? And which is quite surreal, as you can imagine. Now, what you might not know is the paparazzi get rooms in this hotel. It's a big fuck off hotel. Paparazzi get rooms. And they're sneaking around the floors. Security are looking for them, but can't always find them. There's a paparazzi around. They've got rooms. They're trying to get photos, trying to get stories, trying to hear whispers, get anything, right? So we'll all agree to go for dinner. I agree to meet Hancock at the lift to go down to meet everyone at the dinner. We've got a WhatsApp group. And so my phone, bang, Matt Hancock, right? Matt Hancock imagine how surreal that is on my phone. Matt Hancock is on my phone.
I can't tell you how surreal that would be for me.
I know, and I appreciate that. But this, at the time you're just like, fucking, what the hell is going on? This is not normal. And he says the paparazzi by the lifts, right? So you're like, fucking hell, right? And I go, well, what shall I do? And he said, stay inside. I'll tell you when it's safe to come out. I thought, fuck me, he's put me in lockdown again.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, fucking hell. So before you go in, you're in isolation. You've done 8 days. You're literally cooking in your own thoughts.
Cooking in my own thoughts. Suddenly, the excitement, though I've got nothing to lose, has just completely flipped. Why have I done this to myself? Again, that was the worst period of my life. I'm now potentially gonna, they could write anything.
Because
anything.
at that stage, like genuinely, when you said you had nothing to lose before, I totally understand that mentality, and I think it was the right one to have. But in reality, you did have your mental health to lose.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's totally, I felt like I was in a good place.
Yeah.
And that I would be...
Happiest I've ever seen you.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good place. And suddenly you're on your own and you're going, just what have I done? I'm starting to remember how I felt back then. And then we go in. I'm having a really tough time. I can't sleep. That's what I mean. You're jet lagged. You're in Australia. Yes, but also, I was having a tough time, and I go in, and Hancock appears from the bushes, and obviously, I put those two stories together in my head. I didn't know. You see, everyone will have known because you had the papers saying, he's rumoured to go in. I was in isolation. I'm so fucking glad that I didn't know. Because if I had known, I can't tell you what I would have done, but I'm going to guess that as a comic, I would have thought, right, how do I react? And what great funny line can I say?
Yeah.
And that would not have been as good as my genuine, I can't fucking believe it. I love that program is 47 minutes, right? That program is 47 minutes. I laughed for 45 minutes. In real life, I was crying. All I could see was what it was like an out-of-body experience, what my friends were thinking. It was the funniest gag that I just did not see that coming. Yeah. And then it was...
Was there an element when you watched it? Because it was really weird that you were first in, he was second in. Is that right?
No.
They were late arrivals.
We were late arrivals, but I was first of the late arrivals.
Right.
So,
okay. So when he came down, that clip of you just start laughing.
Yeah.
Was there any thought I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
Go on.
But if you're after everything that happened with Strictly, was there a concern that they've painted me as the potential villain here?
Yeah.
When you see him wander down, was there a bit of oh no, I'm going to be fine? Because
I thought, well, there's someone I can beat. And then he came third. And I came fifth. But you know what? All of that anxiety that I had in isolation, that's anxiety, that's about, isn't it? That's nervous, which we've all had. Everyone has it, where your mind is preparing you for the worst. And actually, even before he walked through the bushes, when I'm just stood in there, and I felt absolutely fine. All of the anxiety had gone. I knew almost from that point before he came in, I think I'm going to be okay. This is fun. I never really watched it before, but it's not Big Brother, is it? Big Brother was about, especially when it got to Channel 5, was about boozing people up and people going fucking mental.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm a Celeb is that. I think it's
it's proper family TV. Isn't
it's family TV.
Yeah.
And that's what I remembered when I was in there.
Big Brother was a bit raunchier when it was late night, what can happen if we put people in a house and give them fuck all?
Yeah.
Like that
it developed into that, didn't it?
Yeah.
That is Jungle Run, but with adults.
Yeah.
Yes.
From CITV.
Yeah. But it's not like, do you remember when Big Brother just started? Did you used to like Big Brother?
I fucking
My mum loved it, yeah.
I watched the first series. I watched every minute of that first series 20 odd years ago. And then they worked out.
Craig, didn't he?
Yeah. And then they worked out
genuinely my
that
dad's cousin, by the
they
way.
can't all just. Do you remember the Irish nun who was like, it's only a game show. It's only a game show. And
That's your sleep paralysis, Steve.
No. She was in that first. They didn't want that. They wanted people wound up by it, because if everyone just goes, it's just a TV show, chill out, that wouldn't make for better TV. And then they made it harder. Then they got them hungrier. Then they've got annoyed with each other. And then gradually it becomes more antagonistic because people are bored of the format. Let's see them fucking kick off.
Yes.
Let's put men. Is it with the jungle? Have they just got to be a bit more respectful because it's celebrities, or it's not like they're just I don't know. Behind the
because I think-
scenes, are they trying to make it confrontational?
I don't think so.
No.
I honestly, I really think it's the difference between the jungle and shows like Big Brother. Big Brother, you want everyone at it. That's what it's about. And in the jungle, actually, it's a family show, and it's about, oh my God, you know, I woke up every morning with Boy George, first person I saw at a concert. I wasn't making that up. My mum took me to see an 80s reunion night at Wembley Arena. That was my first ever concert. And he had a satellite dish on his head. I loved 80s romantics music. I once went clubbing, not to an 80s night, to an indie night, dressed as a new romantic, like with makeup on, because I thought that was cool. And I can tell you, in the early noughties, women did not find that cool. They found that creepy. And I never did that again. But Boy George was behind me, and he's meditating, and he's going like, hey, 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 doing all of these things, tapping, all of that stuff. And so you've got Boy George and me, and he's teaching me, and I'm going, what? That's the fun.
Yeah.
Look, let's match these two people together that would never in a million years be together. That was the fun. There was never any confrontation, I don't think. Well, there was when everyone grilled Matt. That was.
Did the producers ever get involved in terms of like conversations and like that? No, they just left it to it. Really?
They let it play out.
Absolutely let it play out. That's the weird thing is that when I came out, I found surprising. Everyone goes like, how much of it is then? How much do they get? You have some shortbread around the corner, don't you? You have a bacon sandwich. No, it's like, that's it. That's the show. What's happening there? And the only thing I would say is towards the end, I don't think you forget that the cameras are there, but you forget people are watching. And I don't know if I can articulate
I know what
the
that
difference
means
between
to
that.
a much smaller scale in this room.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
You know
What the fuck
it's-
am I talking
you know
about?
it's being
I
filmed.
forget that there's a million people watching this
It's fucking
and
awesome.
listening to it. Like
Yeah.
in my head, obviously there's mics, but I'm just having a conversation with me mates.
Yes.
And trying to say the most ridiculous thing.
Yes.
And it's when someone in my life like goes, oh, my mum started listening to your podcast, and then I go, why would your mother want to listen to why are you allowing this to happen?
Yes.
Like I forget that it's possible for anybody to
I
go,
know.
I'm sure Adam's got a podcast, I'll just put this on.
You just don't
Skip
think
to
about it.
37
You
minutes.
get used to the camera. I had a point in Amsterdam when I was pretty high on magic mushrooms. When I realised that in 15 years...
Did you do drugs in Amsterdam?
I tried them. My 1-year-old son, who in 15 years will be 16, might be watching the YouTube special. Just, when your wavelength is off.
So
and
it was
I
a
had a
beautiful
conversation down the camera to my son Jack in 15 years. And you're like, you don't think about stuff like that.
Sorry, you really did that?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And it
'Cause
was
I was so high.
touching.
He did a
He
piece
had
the
a
camera
full chat with
like
his
Jack.
future.
What did he
son.
say? Respect sex workers.
Yeah, respect sex workers. Be a good guy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I was like, just do shrooms, lad.
Yeah, he was like, if you come here, don't touch the pot. You'll go like Carl. But if you
Uncle Carl.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
it's
Can
a-
I do that now?
Yeah,
please?
straight down.
Oliver Charlie or Wilder, it would be good to see you.
Ah.